Hello and welcome to Money Markets and More with me, Dominic Frisby, coming to you from beautiful Rye. And today we're going to talk about midwits. Before getting started though, I just wanted to flag that Kisses on a Postcard won silver at the New York Festival's Radio Awards for Best Serialised Podcast. We beat off competition from big production houses, Lionsgate, BBC, Media House, which is Ireland's largest media group. So that's pretty good. So if you haven't listened already, please listen. Load it onto your favourite podcast app and play it while you're cooking, walking, driving, ironing, whatever. And this is a podcast with music about two boys in World War II, and it will make your life better. So, to today's piece. Now, the other night, I did that thing on Substack, which is you follow one writer you like's recommendations onto another and onto another's, and before you know it, you are down a rabbit hole. And while I was down there, I came across the term midwits, and it really made me laugh. I know I'm late to it, but my finger's not really on the cool kids internet jargon pulse, but I love it. Instead of dimwit for the stupid, we have a pejorative term for those of above average or average intelligence who do not share the same worldview. And according to the internet, a midwit has an IQ score of between 85 and 115, which is probably most of us. I once did an IQ test and I scored 136, but I'm pretty sure it was a fluke, and I'm never doing another one as I don't want to put that score in jeopardy. So a midwit's probably university educated, has reasonable qualifications, is of slightly above average ability, but who is in no way exceptional. So me, in a nutshell. But as I say, not with the same worldview. And because midwits occasionally read, they think they're superlatively intelligent, because all of them think the same. They think they have the right opinions about everything. But really, midwit is a libertarian or alt-right term for someone of that left-of-centre blob that seems to proliferate in large corporations, in middle management across the internet, in suburbia, in bureaucracies, in commissioning, in planning, in government, and so on. And you've probably seen one of those IQ bell curve memes at some stage on your travels. I just love them. I think they're the best. Idiots and geniuses arrive at the same conclusion. Midwits in the blobby middle take the opposing view. And this is the sort of template. But this is one I really liked about inflation. And I love them. I should have done one about Brexit, if only I'd had some basic midwit picture editing skills. And by the way, a process I noticed with comedy was that those comedians who weren't quite good enough to make it as comedians, but knew they had something to offer, they would often become producers. And I think something similar might happen again, that those aren't quite good enough to be exceptional producers, top producers, but do have something to offer. They then go and become commissioners, with the result that commissioning is full of midwits. And it's just a theory, and it's a very generalised one, and I probably feel that way because of the lack of success I've had with commissioners over the years. I doubt any commissioners are watching this, by the way, at least I hope they're not. But you get the point. Now, I've met many different people over the years, many different personality types, and there are two types that seem to stand out. One has this sort of let's try it and see what happens mentality. Rather than study something for years before trying it, they dive in, they learn on the job, and if it goes wrong, so be it, at least we tried. And it's not so much a who do I ask mentality as who's going to stop me, what's going to stop me. And such types often end up entrepreneurs, explorers, inventors, artists sometimes. And then there's a much more cautious, risk-averse type, it's all right, who focus on why you can't do something rather than why you can. So they seek permission not forgiveness, and they often end up in structured, safe careers with clear parameters, civil servants, solicitors, accountants, that kind of thing. They'll tend to be employees rather than self-employed, and they often do well in big company environments. You know, the BBC, the NHS, most corporations, the government itself, where it doesn't pay to rock the boat. In fact, it pays not to rock the boat. And I guess in a successfully functioning group or a society, you want a healthy balance of the two types. One to push boundaries and the other to rein them in. But what concerns me with government today is that power and decision making has fallen into the hands of this risk-averse, health and safety mindset, midwit mindset that proliferates public health. We daren't do anything. National destiny is determined by people whose first instinct is to find reasons why you can't do something, not why you can. I mean, it's responsible. You know, house building in this country, I'm walking around Rye, this was all built when there was no planning. The most beautiful town I've ever been to. And ever since planning has taken over house building, the beauty of houses has just plummeted. And yeah, they control the housing market, and their first instinct is to find reasons why you can't do something, not why you can. And there's too much focus on their own career risk. We saw it like mad during COVID. Rules were imposed out of fear. Under pressure, the government quickly changed from its Swedish model approach to that common international approach. And this was before they understood the illness. Even though the efficacy of certain measures, masks, lockdown, it was disputed. It was a safety first, career risk first approach. One set of data, COVID deaths and infections, was scrutinised. The other immeasurable data set, which was the cost of locking down, went ignored. And it's pure Bastiat. Broken window theory, all that, the broken window parable. And it wasn't just the cost of businesses and the economy and all those whose livelihoods were ruined, but the cost of having lives, relationships, social contact, free movement, experiences, to kids, for example, of having their school or university years taken from them. Many paid a price they should not have had to pay. And the medicine, from lockdown to the economy to vaccine side effects, seems to have been more harmful than the disease itself. And collectivism is supposed to be for the greater good, but this is the midwit way of thinking. We are ruled by midwits. They control our institutions, they control decision making, the media, the narrative. So maybe a buccaneering king or an emperor of that other mindset who looks after his people, personality one, might be preferable to what we today call democracy. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll be back with another video very soon, and if you're interested in buying gold or silver, my recommended bullion dealer in the UK is the Pure Gold Company. Whether you're taking delivery or storing online, premiums are low, quality of service is high. I'll put a link to the to them in the description. And yeah, I don't think midwits recommend buying gold. They like fiat money. Gives them power, gives them control. Anyway, until next time, goodbye.